Good morning, welcome. Can everyone hear me okay in the back? Is the volume good? Okay, great. I'm Kate Dillon. I'm one of the organizers here at the Hickory Women's Expo. We're excited to bring this first annual event to you. And I'm also very excited to announce our first speaker of the day, so the very bravest of us all, right here. This is Tracy Moulton. And she is not only a chronic illness patient, mom, and advocate, but also an avid essential oil user, wellness coach, and advocate for other moms. Her main goal is helping moms deal with the chronic illness, the toll that it takes on the body and the family as a whole. She helps women to I'm sorry, I am reading, I'm so sorry. So apparently I'm getting older and I need this bigger. But Tracy helps women to cut inflammation from their bodies in an easy and healthy way so they can live and feel better. Tracy also wrote a book, The Summer I Found Hope, that takes you on a journey of her daughter getting diagnosed and how difficult it was to navigate the chronic illness world. Now, I'm just gonna ask a question I don't know the answer to, but Tracy, do you have copies of your book with you?
I do.
Great, she does. So you can find Tracy in her booth, and I'm sure she'll let you know where that is. And Tracy will have her book, and I'm sure she will sign that for you as well. So join me in welcoming Tracy Moulton to the stage. Thank you so much for being the bravest.
Thank you so much. So this is my first speaking event, so bear with me here. So I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to learn how to take back control over your wellness and to combat inflammation. Inflammation is the root cause to pretty much every issue or chronic illness out there. And so, let's see. I do want to remind you, though, that I am not here to prevent, diagnose, cure, or offer treatment of any kind. I'm just going to tell you what my journey has been and what I have seen from my perspective and from point of view, and that has helped our family. So before we get started, I want to introduce myself and give you the backstory to what actually made me learn about this topic. My name is Tracy Moulton, and I am a special ed teacher in Burke County, and this is starting my 23rd year as a teacher. I also I have taught all grade levels as well. But here's a picture of my family, and as you can see, my husband is on the end, and then my daughter is in the middle, and my husband and I have been married for 23 years, and my daughter just turned 18, and she is currently at college right now, so this is her first year. And I'm going to be telling you a little bit more about her story. As you can see, she does have a feeding tube. At that point in her journey, she had a nasal feeding tube. She still does have a feeding tube, but it is currently in her stomach, and we call that the GJ tube. But I'll be telling you a little bit more, and I'm also an author. So this actually all started with Abby, my daughter. She had a normal, healthy childhood. She would get, an ear infection once a year. She would, get a cold when she was in school, but she had no health issues whatsoever until January 6, 2020. And if you look at that first picture over there, that was in December of 2019, and she was healthy and she was doing great. And then this is in 2022, whenever we finally got her diagnosed with what was going on. But on January 6, 2020, she went back to school, and she was in PE, and she got hit in the head with a basketball. No big deal, right? Well, she ended up having a concussion from that. What we did not know is that she and I had an underlying health issue called Ehlers-Danlos, and it's very prevalent, and she inherited it from me. And whenever she got the concussion, it activated an inflammatory response in her body. And we did not know it at the time, but at the time they called it that she had a post-concussive syndrome disorder, and she started going to Charlotte, and they put her on half days where she had to lay in the bed, she couldn't use her telephone, and a preteen, that's like horrible. She couldn't watch TV, she couldn't do anything, and it pretty much changed our whole life from that moment on. But when she got the concussion, it activated an inflammatory response, and we are still currently dealing with that right now, and she will have to deal with it for the rest of her life. When the inflammatory response is activated, it sent rippling effects throughout her body and her organs. And one of the things that she has is something called vascular compressions. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before. But basically, it's where she builds up inflammation, and then it ends up her veins and arteries choke her organs. And so they don't work because they can't get proper blood flow. And so currently, we have had 3 surgeries, major surgeries. The first one was for her small intestines, and that was the picture that she had. Her only complaint was she couldn't eat, she hurt after she ate, and she would have to lay down. And so she ended up losing like 30 pounds in a month. And then it took us 2 years to figure out exactly what was wrong. But I go into all of that in my book, so if you wanted to learn more about that. But she's fixed her, or we fixed her small intestines, her stomach, and then in January we had to go to Wisconsin because they had to actually move her left kidney to her right side because it was being compressed and she couldn't eat or drink anything. So inflammation can cause a lot of really bad stuff. So what I wanted to say is that she has spent her entire high school career in and out of doctor's offices, hospitals, and now she will have to deal with this for the rest of her life. So I wrote a book, and it's called The Summer I Found Hope, and it's all about her journey on finding out what was wrong with her. It took us 2 years to figure out what was wrong with her, and that is actually not very much time at all when you go into chronic illness. I knew nothing about chronic illness before this. Now I know so much more than I ever wanted to be. And I have seen that, here lately, so much of what we're dealing with is due to inflammation and chronic illness. And so I wrote the book because I wanted to share our story to try to help other people. To not have to take, on average, it takes 8 to 13 years before people get diagnosed with what's actually going on. And many of them actually end up passing away because they never figure out what's wrong. But the root cause to most of it is inflammation. And so that's why I wanted to come up here and to speak today about inflammation. So, why am I telling you all this about my daughter? The reason why I'm telling you all about this is because I'm going to take you on a journey, because her and I both have the same Ehlers-Danlos, which is kind of like it's like an umbrella. So like Ehlers-Danlos is at the top, and then all of these different issues or comorbidities are underneath it that people are dealing with. But those are all the things that are a result of the inflammation. So like for my example, I had different symptoms and different problems than my daughter did. She had vascular compressions. I had endometriosis, and I had a lot of other things. So diabetes, all of that is in there. So that's why reducing or combating inflammation is so important, because what my problem is going to be different than what your problem is, but the root cause to all of them is inflammation. So I'll kind of tell you a story about how it all kind of got started with Young Living and how I kind of started using the product that I'm going to talk to you about. So I started using Young Living products back in 2016, so 8 years ago. And I started using a product called Ningxia back then. And I would drink 1 ounce a day, and I drank it to help control my blood sugar because I'm hypoglycemic. I didn't know it at the time, but now I know because of my daughter. And so what happens is when I eat, instead of my blood sugar going up like most normal people does, mine goes down. And so I get like jittery feeling. I feel like I'm going to pass out. I have low energy. I have brain fog. So back in 2016, I would drink 1 ounce of this a day, and it would help control my blood sugar. And it also helps support a lot of other things as well, because I have high cholesterol. And so there was a lot of different reasons why I started drinking this. I asked my daughter to start drinking this as well back then, but she was a preteen, and she was like, nope, not going to do it. And so that's kind of where our paths started to diverge. So I have been drinking this for 8 years. She just started drinking this 1 year ago. And so the inflammation, I had been combating my inflammation, but she had not. And so that's kind of like where I want to talk to you about, like the 2 different paths that you can go on. So in 2023, we started learning all about the inflammatory response and how it was responsible for what was going on with Abby. Whenever she also has hypoglycemia as well, and whenever she gets in hers, hers has gotten as low as 35, her blood sugar level. And so, like, that's almost comatose. So it's very important, like, when it gets that low, to be able to bring it up. So she finally took my advice and started using Ningxia. And in the beginning, she was like, sure, Mom, I'll try it to see if it will help. Well, we quickly realized that the days that she didn't drink the Ningxia, her blood sugar would be crazy all over the place. And so now, if she skips a day, it takes 4 days for her body to regulate. So we were like, now it's a staple to her. She loves her Ningxia, and she drinks it every single day because it makes her feel better, and it also helps to flush out her inflammation. So inflammation is when free radicals build up in your body over time. So you have free radicals floating in your body all the time. You have free radicals that are floating out here. They're toxins. There's all kinds of different free radicals. When they get into your body, they build up at wherever you are linked to where your inflammation is. And then that creates inflammation, and that creates your problems. So what Ningxia does is it goes in and it attaches itself to the free radicals, and then as you drink water, tea, and things like that, that will flush it out of your body so that you get rid of it, so that you don't accumulate the inflammation that will cause problems. And so that's why I'm here to show you. So this was me in January of 2024. We were in Wisconsin for a month, and you can see how bloated and puffy I was. And then this was me in May after doing the Ningxia reset for 14 days. So the program's pretty easy. You buy this reset kit, and it comes with 51 packets of Ningxia. And so for the first 3 days, you'll drink 12 ounces, which is 6 of these packets, because these are 2 ounces each. So you would drink 2 packets before breakfast, 2 packets at lunch, and 2 packets before dinner. And then that's for the first 3 days. And that is like flooding your body, and it's basically detoxing your body of all the inflammation and the free radicals. Then after that, you drink just 1 packet at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I still do that today. Like, I started drinking it in February, and I am still drinking 6 ounces a day. You can do it 2 ways. You can just purchase the kit and do 14 days, and then the rest of the days eat whatever you want to, or you can just do it consistently and keep on. I like to do it consistently because it levels my blood sugar and it keeps me stable. I can tell a difference if I only drink 4 ounces a day versus the 6 ounces. But at the end of my first reset, I was down 5 pounds on the scale, and I had released 10 inches of inflammation. Now, I was completely amazed at that because I didn't start the program to lose weight, but because I just wanted to combat inflammation, but that was kind of like a bonus, is losing the weight. And then after 3 months, I was down 12 pounds, and I had released 16 inches of inflammation, and it has not came back. And it's a pretty simple program, and I'm going to talk to you about the program. It's really easy, and it's really manageable, and it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first thing you do is you drink your Ningxia. The second thing you do is you have to drink water or tea. Now, I was an avid Dr. Pepper fan. Do I have any Dr. Pepper fans? I used to drink Dr. Pepper every single day. Loved it. When I did the Ningxia reset, it totally changed my taste buds, and I no longer crave soda at all. So I pretty much just drink water, flavored water, or tea, and that's kind of how. The reason why you drink the water is because it flushes the Ningxia and the free radicals from your body. And then the third part is you have to stop eating as much processed foods like sugar and refined carbs. So with the program, I ate a lot. I just made different choices. So I had fruit, vegetables, dark chocolate, dairy, meat, and of course Ningxia. It really didn't restrict me that much, and the first reset that I did it to fidelity, and then after that, I kind of started like just living normal life, but I noticed that I didn't make the same choices. So like I used to like milk chocolate, I used to like 100 Grand bars. I don't eat those anymore. I love just a piece of dark chocolate, and I did it when I started it at Valentine's Day. And so I love pasta, and I still eat pasta. I just eat very small portions. And it's great because it's so manageable, and you can do it within your normal thing. The last part is you have to move your body 30 minutes a day, some way. Walking, swimming, running, anything. Strength training, I added strength training, which is very important because with strength training, the more muscle you have, the more fat you burn. And so walking has become one of my favorite daily activities, and it is so effective. Now, what I learned with the program is you don't have to kill yourself to be healthy. You don't have to exercise like a crazy person. Walking is very easy. It's very manageable. And if that's too hard on your joints, then swimming or something like that is also good. But after I flushed the toxins from my body and reset all of my systems, I now drink 4 to 6 ounces a day of Ningxia. And they say that 6 ounces is your optimal, like your best life. And now I know what you're thinking. This is expensive, right? Okay, so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. There is always a cost to your health. You are either going to pay with prevention or intervention. So let me explain it. You're either going to pay on the front end. So that's like what I've been doing. I have been using my Ningxia and my preventative tools. Or you're going to pay on the back end, which is what we did with my daughter, Abby. Because she wouldn't drink it, she refused. Now we have to deal with everything that she has. She has permanent damage to her body due to the inflammation. And I wish that I could go back and say, like, you need to do this, but I can't. So I did a cost analysis of the two of us. So this is a snapshot of 1 year. So you have prevention versus intervention. So I'm going to start with the intervention with Abby. We have met our out-of-pocket max deductible every single year since 2020. So every year we know that we have $5,000 right out of the bat, January 1st, that we're going to have to pay every single year. Her prescriptions for 1 year was $1,250. Lost wages because I had to miss 60 days in 1 year. And now I'm on part-time. I can't work a full-time job. So I'm a part-time EC teacher. I only work from 8 to 12:30 every day. So lost wages was $14,400 for being out for 60 days. Her medical supplies, because we have to pay for her formula that gives her nutrients, her Pedialyte, and all of the medical supplies, and we pay around $12,000 a year. So in 1 year, we are paying over $32,000 just to take care of her so that she can live. However, I am drinking Ningxia 6 ounces a day, and after the reset, and all of that's factored in, and it's $2,847. So it's around $8 a day to drink Ningxia. So you can go think about it as like a drink that you might get from Starbucks or something. I do have annual doctor's visits, so I pay around $120 in copays in the year. So mine is a little bit less than $3,000 a year. So a savings of almost $30,000 a year by drinking Ningxia and combating the inflammation. So ultimately, you have to make your own choice and your decision, and it's up to you. Everyone has free radicals in their body, and it's building up, and it's causing inflammation. And it is the root to every disease and issue in your body right now. If you want to live your best life, you need to flush the inflammation, and you can do it with this program. The program creates a new lifestyle that's both easy and manageable. You don't have to make huge sacrifices, exercise constantly, and count calories. I will say the first 14 days were the hardest because my body was exhausted from flushing out the toxins. By day 4, though, I did feel like a different person, and my mindset had shifted. And I have seen so many other benefits as well. I have better. Hello? What happened? Is that gone? Where did they go? Oh, I think it's back on. It's low. Okay. I have better sleep. My brain fog is gone. I check things off my to-do list. I have more energy. My hair and nails are thicker, stronger, and growing faster than ever before. I actually have to cut my hair at least once a month, and I used to have really thick hair when I was younger, and then as I've gotten older, I get thinned out. Now it's so thick that I have to have it like thinned because it's so thick. My nails are the best that they've ever been. And I'm so much happier and healthier in my 40s than I ever was in my 20s. I enjoy life. You can't hear? We don't hear them at all. Oh, it's back on. Yay! Okay, I'm sorry. So I was saying that I sleep better, my brain fog is gone. I check things off my to-do list. I have. Do you know where the lady is? It keeps saying low. It's going to be a problem for later on. Okay. Can anybody hear me? Okay. Can y'all move a little bit closer, or do you want me to? I can scream. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I still go on vacations, and I have days where I don't do the best, but I always have Ningxia in my toolkit when I'm bad. And I am bad sometimes. So you have a choice to make after hearing this. You can have 2 options. The first one is you can do nothing with this information. You can carry on with your life. But what that means is you're going to carry on with inflammation in your body, it's going to build up and eventually it will make you sick. You will have to go intervene with medications, tests, and you will end up spending a ton of money on your body for care. Damage can be done to your body or in your organs, or worse, the inflammation can cause your premature death. Or option 2 is you can take what I've learned today and you can take action on preventing inflammation from building up. And the 14-day Inertia Reset is the best way that I have found. Remember, anything of value will require effort. So, today is the day to take back the power over your wellness and then put it into your hands. As you can see here, there's a QR code, and if you scan that QR code, it is going to take you to the Inertia Reset, and it will be delivered at your door. You can, whenever you do it, you click it and you make this your first loyalty order, because we have a loyalty program where the first 3 months you get 10% back, then after that you get 20%, but I use my points that I get to get free Inertia later on. And also you can cancel it at any time. So like if you order it this month and you decide that you don't like it and you don't want to do it, then next month you don't have to. And I can help you cancel that. Or if you decide that you like it and you want to try it again, if you order it the second month, then Young Living will also send you a free diffuser as a thank you for ordering the second month. If you order it, also type in your first time, share YL, because you will get an additional 10% off. So the 51 packets is $129, and then for the first time you get 10% off of that. And then I will also be in contact with you, and I also have a packet to help make your 14-day reset helpful. It gives you like information on what to eat. It gives you like a checklist to help you make sure that you remember to take it every day. It's got a lot of different things to help you. It has a thing so you can take your measurements to see how much you have lost or released in the 14 days. And it's really a great program. And I just want to share, thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know everybody's busy, and I want to thank you for listening. And I'm excited about you becoming more proactive in your health journey. You will never be sorry that you said yes to taking care of yourself and your body. I am located all the way at the end on the right hand on that aisle. I'm down there. And I would love to come and talk with you more about this. We also have essential oils, and we also have Thieves is our cleaning line as well that kills 99.99% of the germs.